So here we're going to look at a MassMutual specific, meaning we're just going to look at one account from MassMutual, a historical policy, to again see what are the net returns on the account. And this is one thing I would encourage anyone to do if you're looking at actual policies, comparing and contrasting. The last thing you want to look at is a comparison that shows everyone head to head against each other, because that's often put together for death benefit purposes. Meaning a company is going to say, could be an independent company, here are $250,000 death benefit policies from Mass, Guardian, New York Life, Northwestern, and 18 other companies, and here's who came out on top. It's priced off a death benefit, the premiums vary. When you look at a comparison, like what we're going to look at here, we want to see how much did I pay in consistently, my net contribution. I directed my money towards premium and cash appropriately, and here are my actual returns. That's what I want to look at. So this example is going to show the net returns on a MassMutual policy. So the first thing we'll look at, since this policy we're going to look at dates back to 1980, and it's going to run through 2015. We also have a more current one through 2019, which we're going to touch on in another segment. So 1980, when this illustration was projected, the dividend rate was 8.27%. So when we look at the actual comparison, or I should say the illustrated performance compared to the actual performance, you're going to see a difference there. Because when I buy a policy and I'm produced an illustration, that's going to show me what my values will be, my cash value, if the company produces the exact same dividend every single year, which we know does not happen. If we look at this guy, as the years go by, it fluctuates. Back in the 80s, high dividend rates. 1998, back down to 8.4. If we look on the right, 2008, it was a 7.9. The dividends vary over time, typically with interest rates in the economy, in the interest rate environment. So let's look at the actual policy here. So here's an account that was issued in 1980. And this was on a 50-year-old male. It was a $250,000 policy, so he did not design it with PUAs, with high cash value, nothing like that, no term riders. But it was a 10-pay policy. And how a 10-pay policy works, it's not as optimal as designing a policy with a 1090 split, but what's embedded into the premium is a premium / PUA split already. We're getting money into cash day one. So it's much more efficient than just a traditional old school life insurance policy. It also means that he paid into the account for 10 years. So that premium is about $14,500, a little bit less. He's going to fund it for 10 years, so he paid in a little bit under $145,000 over a 10-year period. So that's when the funding goes in, and then after that, he just lets it ride, lets it sit and grow. So what we're going to look at here, we've got the years. Let me do this. Let's zoom into the cash value. So again, illustrated compared to actual. So when he bought the policy, the first year it illustrated a cash value of $68.75 and produced a cash value of $68.75. Did exactly what it said because the dividend rate, the insurance expenses were exact. The first year of life insurance policies are typically the easiest, right? When we have a review meeting with someone, that's the easiest one because they match what that illustration displayed. Now, as we scroll down here, you're going to see the actual performance outproduce what was illustrated. And let's just go down to the bottom. So what was projected here was a net IRR, internal rate of return, that's what I'm actually earning, of 4.13%. And then you've got the 6.17% as the actual. Now, this time period, the study period, ended in 2015. We've got the 2019 study, and the net return, since the interest rate has been a little bit lower, are now about 5.97% for this individual. Still very close to that 6% range. Point being, this is a historical policy where we are tracking the actual results, not just a projection. That's what we want to be aware of. All right, so we've got projected performance and then actual returns, and this is with one of the big guys, right? MassMutual in this case. 10-pay policy has performed nicely. Hope this helps.